How high is your confidence level? Have you ever uttered statements questioning others' skills and accusing them of being unworthy of taking photography orders? Or perhaps you felt that your 2 years of dedicated dance practice makes you superior to others, leading you to believe that those with differing opinions suffer from significant cognitive biases? Individuals like this often have an inflated sense of self-importance, yet in reality, they are no different from the majority and are overly confident in their abilities, sometimes even looking down on others. They frequently overestimate themselves, believing they excel more than they actually do, hence displaying blind confidence and disdain towards others when assessing themselves. To others, they often appear to lack a true understanding of things. However, an ignorant person typically fails to recognize their own ignorance, and this is known as the Dunning-Kruger effect. Several factors may contribute to the emergence of the Dunning-Kruger effect. Firstly, there's a lack of external feedback. After completing a task, the absence of external validation of one's abilities can lead to a feeling of self-satisfaction and an inclination to overestimate one's performance. For instance, you may create a calligraphy piece and consider it excellent, yet professionals might find it immature and full of flaws. Secondly, there's confirmation bias. People tend to only believe information that aligns with their existing beliefs, ignoring contradictory evidence. This bias can lead to overconfidence because they only see evidence that supports their views. For example, you may consider yourself very attractive but only accept compliments, disregarding criticism and gradually becoming more entrenched in your own viewpoint. The Dunning-Kruger effect can lead to a range of problems, including deterioration of interpersonal relationships and personal growth stagnation. To change this situation, it's important to first maintain a humble attitude and be open to different opinions and perspectives. Secondly, actively seek feedback, especially from experienced individuals. Their insights and experiences can help you assess yourself more objectively and avoid making the same mistakes. Confidence is good, but blind confidence is not advisable. William stood in the creatively designed photography studio, happily examining his latest works. He didn't hide his pride in his achievements, firmly believing his photography skills had reached their peak. On his phone screen were displayed his latest shots, full of vitality and artistic flair, each frame seeming like a masterpiece in his mind. With a surge of confidence, he couldn't help but upload the photos to social media, accompanied by a disdainful comment. "This level is too low. I could shoot better with my eyes closed." William believed his photography prowess had reached its zenith, needing no feedback or advice from anyone. In his mind, his work was flawless, each shutter click a perfect creation. He confidently anticipated likes and comments on social media, believing his work would surely make a splash. However, when confronted with other photographers' work, he involuntarily made mocking remarks, considering their skills far inferior to his own. His arrogance and conceit seeped into every critique and comment, as if his perspective had transcended that of ordinary people. Yet, it was this confidence and complacency that blinded him to an important fact. Everyone has room for improvement. No one is perfect. William was immersed in his own world, unaware of his potential limitations and shortcomings. His conceit became his blind spot, hindering his growth and progress. With a burning desire for victory, William believed his work would shine as the star of the competition. At the competition venue, he sat in the audience, fixedly scrutinizing each piece, silently comparing. Suddenly, a familiar voice came from beside him. "William, are you participating in the competition?" "Kate, A young photographer approached him, her eyes filled with curiosity and admiration. "Yes, I am. And you?" William replied, his gaze still fixed on the competition entries. "I am too, but it seems the competition is quite fierce," Kate said, casting a confident smile at the stage. "Fierce? Huh, that's not a problem for me at all. I'm confident I can win," William boasted, his eyes gleaming with self-assurance. Kate smiled and said nothing more. She knew William was a confident young man, and indeed, his photography skills were impressive. But she also knew that the competition was not just about technical prowess, it also involved aesthetics and creativity. After the competition results were announced, William's expression instantly turned serious as his work didn't make it into the top 10. Kate approached him, gently patting his shoulder. "Don't be disheartened, William. The competition is just a small part. Failure doesn't mean your photography skills aren't good. Perhaps we all need to reflect and learn from our failures. But my work was clearly the best." William clenched his teeth, trying to conceal his inner disappointment and frustration. "This is unfair." After communicating with photographers and reflecting, William finally realized his blind spots and shortcomings. He decided to set aside his past arrogance and embark on the path of humility and growth. Every day, William spends several hours in the photography studio, diligently practicing his photography skills. He is no longer content with his current level, but constantly strives for progress and improvement. He learns new shooting techniques, explores different composition styles, and continuously challenges his creative limits. At the same time, he actively seeks the opinions and advice of others. He participates in photography courses, exchanges experiences with other photographers, and humbly listens to their views and suggestions. Each exchange enriches him, accumulating valuable experiences for his own growth. With William's efforts, his work gradually reveals a new look. His photos are full of vitality, each telling a vivid story that captivates the viewer. His progress is not only reflected in his technical skills, but also in his attitude and mindset towards photography. "William, your series of work is fantastic," a teacher praised. "Your progress is truly remarkable. Your dedication and hard work have paid off." "Thank you for your praise, teacher," William modestly replied. "I will continue to work hard and strive for higher standards." After a period of hard work and learning, William finally achieved his goal. He transformed from an arrogant and blind young photographer into a humble and promising artist. He deeply understands that accepting feedback humbly and continuously striving for learning is the only path to success and growth.